Nearly ready for the table talk. Are we ready? Beautiful people.
Give me a second.
I can't bring up Barty in the table talk, can I?
I think that you can. I think that he's a name. I think we're allowed to. Well, you had a very visible reaction that I think we will have to explain. I think.
Well, she just went.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh shit. And I was like,
Yeah. Oh, I saw the come out and I was like, that was worth it. And I knew what was coming. Anyway, so. Hello everybody, welcome to the table talk for City of Iron. So we got excited. That was a lot. How we doing, gang?
Yeah.
I got my sweet treats and I'm happy. Got my good.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause for a second. The make love, bake love thing boggled my mind. I cannot believe you guys went to make love, bake love.
Hey, Barbara has been having a really terrible time. And
you
know,
needed those sweet
growing
treats.
up in the city, make good, bake good. She grew up having those sweet treats. Her mum bought them for her. Her grandmother bought them for her.
Oh, yeah.
It was something that
Oh, yeah,
she
Hakatha's
knew
been around for a
she
while.
could have when she had a bad day, which
Yeah.
unfortunately for Barbara was a lot of days. You know,
Yeah,
being-
most days are bad days for
most
Barbara.
days are bad days
But
for
it was
Barbara.
just so funny that all happened. That was a very fun roleplay. So
Yeah, because we were in the tunnel, and I'm thinking like, what are we gonna do to get up there?
Yeah.
And then like,
I assumed it was going to be an I know a guy, but you didn't. You role played around, like you lucked into it and just role played through.
because Amy was like, "Oh, I want to go to the bakery." I'm like, "Oh, Christ's sake! Oh, damn it!" Like, I had that reaction, and then like we're doing the whole thing in the bakery, and then you playing Hakatha
Yeah.
was like really interested in me. I'm like,
Tell me one character Kyle plays that isn't really interested in you.
None-
One character.
She was very interested.
no, there aren't that many.
She was just like, big.
There aren't that
lamb,
many.
Yeah.
There aren't that many characters that Kyle plays that are into you.
They're all secretly into Christian. Just not necessarily into Draxel.
I was
No, but
gonna
like
name one.
Hakatha specifically
Yeah.
was like, you know,
Christian, have you forgot episode 1 in which Tozak thought you guys were gonna kiss?
That was a separate
that
thing.
was like
an
a
awkward
that's
thing.
not a whole.
That was
that's-
an off the cuff joke moment.
That's
But
just
anyway.
like an intimidation, like playful
Yeah.
thing. That's not like.
Oh yeah.
But yes,
that's how it started.
yes.
That's
Hakatha-
not a goblin wants to have sex with a cat boy. Like
Ooh, my
A
closet's
cat
made of
man.
glass.
Cat.
Catman.
man.
Catman. Catman.
But
Yeah.
it only came up because when I asked to do the check to make sure I did know of the
Yeah.
place. Obviously, I know about the place. Barbara loves those sweet treats. And when you mentioned that there were deliveries up top because the goods were so good, I was like,
Did he say that?
Yep.
yes,
Yeah.
he did. And that's why I was kind of like, maybe we should go there. And as well as, you know, the need for sweet treats. I mean,
Of course, naturally.
Naturally.
Yeah.
I
Naturally.
mean,
There you
best
go.
of both worlds.
That's funny because I didn't hear you say that.
No.
And then I'm like I was like playing in like playing into Hakatha, and then you were like, oh, it's okay. It's because like I had the same idea. So yeah, I'm just glad that just worked out.
I heard him say that, but also it's really funny because I think we zone out at different times, so
Yeah.
you get to hear what I don't, and I get to hear what you don't.
Yeah.
So
There are times I'm just like,
It happens to everyone. There'll be times, which is great when you guys get to talk to each other and really get into roleplay. I get to for a second be like,
no, you have no excuse. You have to keep up with what we're doing. We don't have to
oh
keep
yeah.
up with you.
It's just one of those like I take like a beat, like I'm like, water, because I forget to eat and drink when I do this. I don't look after myself
Or on normal days.
lately, or most days.
but no,
I'm
it's
falling
fine.
apart.
But no, I
am
was
Hakatha.
I was very happy with how that episode went.
That was done so well.
I just can't believe how quickly you made it up top. Because you made a really
Yeah.
good point that because we got that delivery job, we bypassed so
Yeah.
much.
And Holly and I know like the intricacies. So
I
Yes, because you have played games.
and
before.
Draxos would also know the intricacies of drains and how IGC is everywhere and also Iron Hand is everywhere.
I wouldn't know. I've never played with you and Holly.
Oh yeah, true. You were also in the game. Yeah. So, but you guys are aware. It was very interesting. Without intending to, it was just a really. No, Tommy, stay.
I apologize.
Negative one.
You're Eldritch cute.
I probably know the most. I probably know the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you've played in so many games, but you
Yeah.
you've played in a lot of games. And obviously you had your little moment, which I will talk about. You went nuts with Barty appearing. Barty is a named person in my world, and I just kind of threw that in there, and that was a beautiful reaction. Don't look at me like that. Barty's around. Bartholomew, Hamish Montgomery. So yeah, you guys accidentally, but just through pure incredible rolls, incredible role playing, bypassed what could have been a very difficult and tough to navigate situation. And sometimes that happens in D&D, by the way. Like the way I run D&D is obviously I make sure I know my world very, very well. So when these situations happen, there's a point where I'm just like, there's no point us going like, yeah, I can talk about you going to the train and getting a ticket and talking you, but when it comes to like a show and the things you want to see, they've bypassed every potential role they would need. It's like, hey, I have the uniform. Here's the document from Miss Make Love Bake Love.
And the cake to prove it.
Yeah.
There you go. These are the goods.
So
They're
it's one of
being
those, like,
delivered.
okay, I guess we.
I have a sheet cake.
Yeah. Well, it was like if this was to ever be made a show, this would be the part where like maybe you'd see like super cut, like you guys in your uniforms going to the station. Then you see like the train map of the train.
Manifest
moving.
it, Kyle.
Yeah.
And of course,
Make
we
the anime.
packed our bags with our fancy clothes in,
Yep.
We did.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what we're taking with
What?
us.
And this is another interesting thing that you guys have bypassed, which I didn't necessarily talk about, but I will talk about next session. But I'll talk about now because why not? Because of the situation you bypassed, and you were given just a bunch of boxes. All you guys had to do logically was either bring some boxes or do that, and you can slip in anything. Weapons are,
Weapons.
and these guys know
We got everything with us.
it's very hard to bring weapons on a train
We got everything with
in
us.
Theramus in the Undercity.
We're sorted.
Never
You
stopped me
bypassed
before.
that whole fucking thing because you are delivery drivers. They were gonna. It's the classic thing of, okay, we'll check the first few. Yeah, those are cakes. They've got the documents. We trust them.
And Draxos would know this because he spent a long time in Theramus. So
Yeah. Oh, you certainly would know about the trains. You,
Barbara would not know because she doesn't venture further than her neighborhood.
trains are scary,
Ah!
especially in this game. Like trains are like full on like mini metal tanks that spew out blue lightning smoke.
Yes.
Like
And go vertical.
not completely vertical. It's they do a big spiral.
Okay.
Yeah. They don't just go
Because for the
yay!
longest time, I've been imagining.
Imagining. You've been hanging out with Hackatha too long.
I've been hanging out with Gumi too much.
Gumi and
Yeah,
Hackatha.
that's the guy. I've been envisioning.
We need to get Gumi and Hackatha together.
ha!
I don't want to do that interaction. We're
I
not.
do
No,
not want
I'm
to
taking.
see that.
Just
Take that
Kyle
idea.
role playing with himself.
Gosh.
I mean,
Hear that enough as is.
Yeah, that's true. True.
it will just be me. Actually, can we make that a little skit or something? Me with just like two models.
Yeah.
We'll make the models of me just being like, oh, hello there, darling. Hello. Like,
FYI, Holly
already
and I
exhausting.
babysit this grown man every day of our lives.
I'm a 34-year-old man and I need minders.
Yeah, we know.
So we hear him role play with himself every night.
Also, I did not expect backstory stuff to come up. I did not expect that. And it's making me now want to go back and revise my backstory more. Just for the details.
Yeah.
Because I know it, but it's just...
I knew that moment was coming and I was very, very excited. Especially, and once again, not to show behind the curtain or tell you anything that's going to be coming, but it's so fun to throw you guys into a situation where you guys have gone, cool, we've got this, we've got this, we've got this, we've got some unknowns, but we think that might be this, and then just to throw a massive curveball at you to be like, this could throw everything off kilter.
It's a good thing we're great at catching and nothing else.
Good at catching what, Tommy? We're not making that joke. Anyway, but it's the fun thing again of I love telling stories in the fact of even when you think you're finally getting your footing, like you're always fall running. That kind of thing of like I'm having to run so fast that if I stop I'll fall over, but I'm still falling over.
Yeah, and I feel like there's always like the constant like battle between what you want to do and what you know or think your character wants to do.
Yes.
So it's like,
That
okay,
is
yeah,
very
I
true.
know that we have to do this, but Draxos wouldn't want to do that, and he wants to do this instead. So it's just like the whole coffee machine incident.
Yeah.
I was like, absolutely. So, like,
That was some very fun role playing. Also,
Oh my
yes,
gosh.
the chase mechanic is a kind of mechanic I
love
used
that,
before.
by the way.
It's a very, very fun mechanic. Normally what I do with that mechanic is I use it when, like, in some of my fantasy games I've kind of run, or even in games like this, especially when it comes to, like, dungeon exploration or, like, you know, traveling and that kind of thing. It gets very, very boring to go. It's a very old school D&D way of doing things of like, I go down this corridor, there's a door on the left, there's a corridor on the right, and like, that's a long time. There's an old school way of D&D where the game was you clear dungeons, and that was you do it hex by hex, square by square, room by room.
But Kyle hates dungeons. He loves dragons.
I love the dragons
and
in
so
Dungeons and
therefore,
Dragons.
we do not do the dungeons. We do the dragons.
Exactly. So it makes it much more fun to make it those skill checks that you guys get to invent, and they change, and depending on what you do, A gets to showcase your skills, you get to improv, you get to it's just fun. And then making you set the DC makes it very difficult for them to chase you, but
And
you guys
get
are...
to do dragons.
Do dragons. Maybe one day you will. Maybe next session. Who knows?
Who
Do
says we haven't
dragons
yet?
exist in Faerûs? Or in the world still?
There's stories about them.
Yeah,
Probably
stories
creatures
about
that-
dragons in this reality, and
Probably
whether they're
creatures
real,
that like
we don't know.
resemble dragons, maybe.
I mean, there are
Dragonborn.
Dragonborn, and
Yeah, there
you
are
would have read
Dragonborn.
books and probably even like...
Oh, my grandmother might have told me.
Oh, your grandmother would have told you stories of dragons for sure, and you've read enough books, and I won't make you roll for it, it's fine, to know there are like diagrams of the biology of dragons and like drawings of their skeletons as them being real.
So they're
creatures.
real. It's just more, do they still exist? Or have they died out? A bit like snake people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe we'll find out next time. But on that note, guys, I know there's so much I wanted to talk about this. We just never get a
Literally.
chance. Good job, everyone.
Yeah, no, that was really good.
That
That
was
was
so
so
fun.
My outfit today is based on Grimes, by the way. It's only half-assed, like I'm halfway there, but like, do you see the vision? Do you see the vision? He's got like silver up here.
It's gonna get more Grimesy every day.
Exactly.
I can't wait for next time.
I will fully be a robot.
Yeah. We do seriously need to plan to like dress as our characters, though. I feel like.
At
Eventually.
some point, we should do like a finale or something like that. We should do like.
I'll
like
invest in a
once
bolt
we hit
cap.
a certain beat, we should all dress up. Who would I dress up as Goomy? Paint me green.
Oh my god.
I'll have a kimono. Like a
I thought you were gonna
We'll
come
bring
as
your dad in
Hakatha.
for that session.
Well, maybe Hakatha now.
Kyle, we'll bring your dad in for
I have
that
both
session.
costumes
Yeah,
ready
yeah.
for him.
Okay, we'll set up like a GoFundMe. If it reaches a certain amount, I'll come dressed as Hakatha.
If we get 1 million likes on our first episode,
Yeah.
I mean,
1 minute. But they're not
sure.
going to see this to know.
Yeah.
If the
If we
episode
get-
after this gets 1 million likes, I will dress up as Hakatha
For an episode.
I will
for
in-
an episode where
Personally.
we
The
all
future.
dress up.
I will personally make sure he looks better than anyone on All Stars Season 2.
In next
Ever.
season, he will dress up as Hakatha.
Wonderful. But on that note, me dressing up as Hakatha, I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.